Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here, and I got a question here that it's a real simple question. I've gotten this a few times. I think I've done some videos talking about this topic, but I thought I'd talk about it again since so many people have asked about this, which is, do you believe in the law of attraction? So if you don't know what the law of attraction is, it's one of those things that comes up from time to time in various forms all throughout history. One of the more recent iterations that got a lot of flack, for good reason, was The Secret. You can check out that book here, and I think there was a movie on it as well. And basically what the law of attraction says is that what you think, it becomes reality. What you like attracts like, right? So if you believe something, if you think something, right, and you repeat some affirmation over and over again, it will become reality, right? That you attract what you think about. Okay, that's a way of saying it. And there's various forms of this, various ways this has been stated throughout history. One of the classic books on this is a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which is a really good book. I recommend that book. Everyone should read that book. It's a little bit woo-woo, a little bit out there. I think the whole concept is a little bit, I'm gonna put you a lot of books here. So another one, that's probably older than that is a similar concept, is The Science of Getting Rich by Waddles. I think we'll point to that one as well. And that's an older book. I'm trying to think here. One of the best iterations of it I've seen today that sort of explains some of this is a book called How to Lose at Everything and Still Win Big. I think that was a book by Scott Adams, all right, one of my favorite authors, author of the Dilbert Artists. Okay, I think it's how to lose at everything and still win big. I think that's what it was. But essentially, right, the question is, does this actually work, right? And here's the thing. I have to say this before I give you guys my explanation of how it could work or what I believe about this, which is that it's more important to have, and I've talked about this before, I know, I'm trying to remember what video, I don't remember right now, but it's more important to have effective beliefs than correct ones, okay? It's more effective to have effective beliefs than correct ones. Now that might seem a little bit weird, but what do I mean by this? What I mean by this is that I'd rather believe things that help me achieve what I want in life, even if they're not true, than believe true things that are counterproductive to what I'm trying to achieve, right? So, for instance, all right, when I go and I talk to people, right, and I'll tell you guys this as well, if you've heard any of my coaching on talking to women and whatnot. When I go and talk to people in general, I have the belief that they want to talk to me, that I'm bringing value into their life, and that I'm awesome and everybody likes me. Now, it's not true. I know that this is not true. Right? Because not everyone likes me. Not everyone thinks I'm awesome. Not everyone, I'm not going to use the language I was going to use, but as a guy, right? If you're trying to talk to women, not every girl is going to want to fuck you. Okay? Let me put it that way. All right? But having that belief is a good one. It's a good belief, even though it's not true. Okay? Now, I'm being blunt here, and I'm being a little bit crass, but I'm doing it for a reason, because I want you to understand that it's important to hold beliefs that are effective, not necessarily true. And we all do this, right? And we all say we just want the truth. And it is important to look reality in the face and to seek the truth, especially about yourself, okay? Right? It's important. You can check out the video, that's why I'm pointing here, on looking in the mirror and confronting reality. That's really, really important. But it's also important to maintain beliefs that aren't necessarily true, but are effective for accomplishing what you want, to really have that core inner belief. And sometimes when you do that, what ends up happening is it becomes basically true, right? So let's give it this example again with talking to people and assuming that they like you, all right? Again, if you have that belief, if you have the belief that that people don't like you, that they don't want to be around you, that you're annoying, that you're bothersome, that you're unattractive, and that you don't have any charisma, in general, that will become true. As you talk to people, you're going to get that reaction because you're putting off those vibes. Okay? Now, whether that's, some kind of quantum mechanics in the universe that's causing that reality to become true, or it's just because by thinking that you are sending non-verbal communication signals, it doesn't really fucking matter, right? You see what I'm saying? But that belief causes that reality to come into being. Now, the same thing can happen, right? If you have the opposite belief, if you believe that you're the shit and you're awesome, and every time that you talk to people, you're making their day awesome, you've got charisma, and you are just the man, all right, then that reality is generally going to hold true, or it's going to become more true. Even though it might not be 100% of the time, you having that belief is going to make that reality much more likely to be true, right? And it's going to make that belief more true within yourself, because you're going to get into this positive feedback loop, right? You're going to start off with a weak belief that says, I'm a pretty cool guy, right? And then because you do that, you're going to get some reactions from people that are going to be like, you're kind of a pretty cool guy. And then you're going to say, oh, well, I guess people are reacting this way, so I believe more so that I'm a pretty cool guy. And so you see what I'm saying? And you get into the cycle. You also get into the negative cycle when you go the negative way. So that's why having some beliefs that aren't necessarily true right now, right, are really important if they're effective for you, right? And there's a lot of things in life that we don't understand how they necessarily work, right? So we have false beliefs about them, but they still work. Those beliefs still lead to success, right? You know, you don't necessarily have to understand why something works, but if you understand how, and you've got some false belief of why, it doesn't fucking matter, does it, right? It still works, okay? And that's, you know, this is an important concept that I think a lot of people don't grasp. And so they throw out a lot of woo-woo stuff, right? You can check out my video on being a new age, whatever, asshole. Someone asked me about that. And I used to be a software developer. I used to be an engineer, okay? I used to be very, very analytical and very, very skeptical. And any time someone would give me some new age woo-woo bullshit, read Eckhart Tolle stuff, I'd be like, oh, fuck off. Seriously, what the hell? This is bullshit, okay? And to some degree, some of that stuff is bullshit, but it still works, okay? And so when I started embracing that and started saying, hey, you know what? I don't have to understand this. It doesn't even necessarily have to be true, but this system of thinking produces effective results. And how did I get to that? Let me tell you how I got to that, is because in my field and what I've been doing and kind of stuff that I've done in some of the social circles that I run in, I've had a lot of opportunities to talk to millionaires and multi-millionaires, right? And in doing so, I've been able to ask them about what their beliefs are or what books they read. And they kept on saying Think and Grow Rich, which is that friggin' woo-woo book, right? And so I realized that, look, if all these people are damn successful and they're all recommending all this woo-woo shit and they believe in positive affirmations and the law of attraction, well, maybe I should give that stuff a chance. And when I did, it changed my life around. I went to Tony Robbins' seminar. You can check out the video on Date with Destiny. That totally changed my life, right? A lot of things happen that, again, I'm realist. I know that not all of these beliefs are 100% true. But some of them might be, some of them could be, even if they're crazy and woo-woo out there. But so what I'm saying is that, like, you have to understand that this concept in order to understand that there's beneficial and effective beliefs. I'd say, I was saying effective beliefs before, but let's say beneficial beliefs. There's beneficial beliefs that aren't necessarily true, but you should still believe them because they're beneficial. There's no point in believing shit that's true that is non-beneficial, that is negative to you, because where do you get with that, right? If you want to be successful in life. And so where I'm going with this is, do you believe in the law of attraction? Yes, I do. Why? Why does it work? I don't know. Does it work? I don't know. It seems to work, right? But I know that for me, that belief in the law of attraction, of believing that what I think about is what I attract, has been helpful and useful to me. Right now, we could say, oh, well, it's your reticular activation system. And, because you start noticing things more that you think about, you draw them to your goal-seeking mechanism automatically heads you in that direction. Maybe. Or maybe there's just some kind of quantum mechanics in the universe that causes your thoughts to become reality. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to choose to believe it or not believe it based on the logic of it, based on the scientific evidence or proof of it. because that doesn't matter. It doesn't help me. What helps me is when I'm holding this belief, right? Am I having more success? It's Dumbo's feather, right? Everyone needs a Dumbo's feather. Don't be afraid to have a Dumbo's feather, okay? Because, without that feather, Dumbo couldn't fly. Now, you could say, well, he could fly without the feather, okay? Well, I mean, sure, but he couldn't because he needed that in order to be able to fly. You see what I'm saying? He may have had the ability, okay, but that was still necessary, a necessary catalyst. And your beliefs and views can change over time, right, as you build confidence. But again, Dumbo did the right thing, right? He believed in the feather. Because even though it might not have been true, even though in the back of his head he might not have actually believed it, you see what I'm saying? But he really believed it in order for him to fly, okay? So, we're talking about an elephant flying, okay, with his ears. All right, so you see what I'm saying here? Is you gotta have that same kind of belief. The same kind of magic can happen if you have that same kind of belief. Again, it doesn't mean that you believe every charlatan or every stupid kind of crazy thing that people throw out there. But for you in your own life, you have to figure out what are effective, what are beneficial beliefs, and hold on to them. And so for me, like I said, do I believe in the law of attraction because I know that it's absolutely true and it is a law of the universe? No, I believe in it because it's an effective and beneficial belief. And when I believe in the law of attraction and when I utilize the law of attraction, it happens. It results in more success. Could it be Dumbo's feather? In some ways, sure. And it may be 100%. But I know that it's a Dumbo's feather that works for a lot of people. And based on that alone, I'm going to do it. You see what I'm saying? And if you think about it, I'll give you one last point here. What's the opposite of the law of attraction? Right? What would be the opposite of that? To disbelieve that, to have an active belief that it doesn't matter what you think about, okay? That doesn't affect life or your outcome, and it doesn't bring good things into your life if you think about good things. That's a shitty way to live, right? Because that's not a good system. It's not going to get you in a good mental state when you believe things like that. You see what I'm saying? But if you believe the law of attraction, you believe if I think about good things will happen to me. Guess what the result will be, even if good things don't happen to you. Even if good things don't happen to you. It'll be that you're thinking about good things. That's is that a much more happy place to be? You see what I'm saying? So anyway, the whole point of this is just that, is think about, in terms of your beliefs, not necessarily what's true. Okay, you got to see reality objectively when it comes to yourself and understanding your situations so you can change your situations. But when it comes to the beliefs that you choose to hold, you can still hold beliefs without evidence. You can hold them based on whether they're effective and whether they're beneficial to you. All right, that's all I have for you today. If you have not clicked that subscribe button, go ahead and click the subscribe button below. I believe you will. And click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.